Alright, welcome back everyone to a historic Pauper game. This is our weekly tournament. I'm playing my GruulGoblin deck. So I played this opponent in last week's tournament. He was on mono white. Ooh. This hand is really tough, but I think I'm going to keep it because of Foretell. So Cyril's Pac-Mate is a really good card, mostly because it lets you have a 2-mana play. And I think I'm going to keep it based on the Foretell. If I didn't have a 2-mana play, I'd probably ship this back for sure. Okay, this time he's on red. I wonder if this is mono red burn. Yeah, it's looking like mono red burn. So I'm going to Foretell. I drew another Pac-Mate and a land, which 6 lands isn't great, but hopefully I can draw out of this with my Pac-Mates. Basically looking for Frostbites here. Frostbites would let me kill the Alchemists. My opponent isn't playing Snowlands, so he doesn't have it. Alright, so here I don't have another play, so I'm going to have to Evolving Wilds. Let's get a Forest. So next turn I think I have to go Herd, Trumpeting Herd. I need to put more power on the board to attack my opponent before he can burn me down. Right now all of his spells deal 2 extra damage, so it's going to be pretty rough. So I would like to explore and then play 2 lands and then maybe play Pac-Mate. I don't think that's gonna be fast enough because my opponent is killing me quite fast here. Yeah, like playing Explore and then playing these lands out is a bit ambitious. So unfortunately I'm just drawing all lands. So here's Trumpeting Herd. It looks like my opponent has a spell here. Is it Fire Prophecy? Okay, just Pyrohelix. Yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, if my opponent has 2 bolts, lightning bolts, what, like deal 3 damage, that's already lethal. I'm already going down to 6 just from these alchemists untapping. Alright, so my opponent trying to figure out lethal, I think. I mean, I could probably concede, but I'm gonna take a draw here, see what I can do. Let's see, I'd have to go like explore into double frostbites, kill 2 of his alchemists. Yeah, that's probably not gonna do it, but oh, that's unfortunate. Just more lands. I mean, if my opponent draws like 4 lands in a row, that might be able to get me there. I do have 12 power on board. He's gonna have to jump block next turn. So I'm going down to 5 here, and then down to 2 from the Alchemist. Yeah, so he basically has to draw like 4 lands in a row. Yep, no luck. He had the lethal. Alright, well, so mono red is one of the better matchups against me. So my deck is a little bit soft to mono red. I only have Truffle Snout, really. And then I guess I want to cut Cosmotronic Wave. Probably cut an Narcomancer. No, I think I need the Narcomancer, even though it dies to a shock, so it's not great. I think I cut an Elementalist. No. I want to Elementalist to get back a Frostbite. I'm going to cut a Packmate here. That should be good. So I could have thought about cutting the Igneous Elemental, my other 4-drop, but I don't think that's correct because I want to be able to threaten to attack with my 2/2s, and then that way, if he blocks with his Thermal Alchemist, I can play my Igneous Elemental to finish it off with the extra 2 damage. So let's see how my opponent sideboards. I don't think mono red really has to sideboard against me. Like my kind of slightly slower, a little bit bigger mid-range creature aggro deck is like the exact kind of deck that mono red wants to run into. But you know, historic Pauper is really wide. You can't have all good matchups. Yeah, I have 2 Frostbites. I have the 3 lands to turn it on. I think this is a keep. I only have the Narcomancer, but you know, I have a lot of 4-drops to draw into. So gonna lead with the Mountain, in case he has a 1-drop. I don't think I Frostbite a Voldaren Epicure, but... So this runs into a shock, but I mean, I'm not gonna not play it. And it looks like he didn't have it. It looks like he has Pyrohelix here. 2 mana. Yeah. Okay, that's not the worst. I'm gonna just Mind Stone here. I'll probably crack this at the end of turn. I have enough mana. And I want to draw like a Trumpeting Herd. So he could have Kiln Fiend, he could have Thermal Alchemist. Epicure is fine. So let's draw with Mind Stone here. Okay. Not the best. Well, I did draw a creature, so I'm gonna play that out. Basically looking for any of my 4-drops. I also have Reckless Impulse, gets me 2 cards deeper. That would be good. Explore is a cantrip now, redraw. I have 2 lands in hand. Although I might be choked on green sources. Yup, you got it. I think I take this Epicure damage. I don't want to Frostbite it and then leave myself open to a Thermo Alchemist or Kiln Fiend. Yeah, there's the Alchemist. So I'll Frostbite the Alchemist here. Not the best. Gonna get a Forest here. So 4 mana pass is a pretty big sign of weakness. My opponent does only have 3 cards in hand, so it's not the worst. He did mulligan twice though, so... Into Skewer, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to Frostbite this. Oh, and there we go. The card I was asking for. Huh. So I could Mountain into Elementalist. I think I Explore. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't play that now, but I'll be able to play it next turn. Or do I play the Elementalist next turn? I might have to play a card advantage game here, which is not the best against mono red, but we'll see what my opponent does. Alright, I did draw the land, so I can Elementalist get back, I think, a Frostbite over the Impulse, because right now I have the board after I play my Igneous Elemental. And I'm basically just afraid of like a Kiln Fiend or something coming out of nowhere. So I have 6 damage on board, well, 6 power on board. I'll be able to kill their next creature. And my opponent has 1 card left in hand. This looks pretty good. We'll see how the top decks go. Alright, I have 4 power on board. But I do get to kill their next creature, so yeah. So gonna attack here. See if my opponent blocks. Probably not, yeah. He wants, I mean, that's the correct play. He wants to force me to Frostbite his creature. Alright, so we're back to what I said before. I have 6 power on board. He has, but I don't have Frostbite up anymore. And it's gonna come down to some top decks. Okay. So I do have lethal next turn. He might try and, like, sandbag, hoping for 1 more turn. But, Royal Eruption, I can kick it and deal 5 damage to face. So that will get me lethal. Okay, no, he's gonna kill my Narcomancer. Alright, I'm still gonna pass here. This Igneous Elemental doing a ton of work. Alright, it looks like he's gonna get to loot away a land or a useless card here. Or he's gonna use... Yeah, this is loot, yeah. Is that lethal? Yeah, I can just go face with this. Alright, we got there. So my opponent mulliganing to 5 just didn't have enough cards. And I managed to survive, and then I Elementalist to get back a Frostbite just to sort of counter, in air quotes, his next creature, basically. I think this is fine. I don't really think there's any real changes regarding play versus draw. And I'm just gonna have to hope my my opponent, mono red, stumbles a little bit on the play. Oh, this 6 lands. Yeah, this is a mulligan. Okay, yeah, this looks good. I'm gonna keep this, send back the Elementalist, I think. Elementalist is just a little bit too slow, I think. Especially when my other cards will hopefully get me to, like, Frostbites, get me to more lands. So he has the Thermal Alchemist. That's quite good. I'm going to need to draw a land. I wonder if he kills my Anarchomancer or attacks. Or, sorry, it goes face. It looks like he's killing my Anarchomancer. He has another spell. Oh, this is Skewer the Critics. Another Pillar of Flame. Interesting. Alright, well, I did draw a land. I think I have to play Anarchomancer again. Oh, I can explore here. Oh wow, I drew another land too. So that was a little bit lucky. I do need another red for my Igneous Elemental. And I'm hoping to draw like a Frostbite too, so I can kill this Alchemist. Yep. Looks like my opponent wants to kill my Anarchomancer again. I don't know if you want to be trading 1 for 1 like this. But he is getting free damage in with his Alchemist. Interesting. So, Trumpeting Herd is probably the best draw here, right? Other than like a mountain. So, Trumpeting Herd's going to let me attack through this Alchemist. Hopefully I can draw a Frostbite. And a Flame Breather, okay. Let's get my other elephant here. Oh wow, perfect draw, I think. Yeah, he doesn't block. So I think I have to Frostbite. Now? Yes, I think now. Probably his Flame Breather, because it can attack. I mean, it's debatable. Thermal Alchemist turns on his Skewer the Critics. Flame Breather can attack when I'm going to be swinging out. So it might have been Thermal Alchemist. Because ideally, I'd like to attack with everything and then play a new creature to block. Yeah. Okay, another Alchemist. He's not skewering my face, so I do appreciate that. So let's Reckless Impulse here. Like, if I drew, like, Mountain Frostbite, that'd probably be the best possible draws. Okay. Going to attack now. Does he take it? He does. And I think I play my Foretold Packmate here. Setting up the forest, the Highland Forest for next turn. Yeah, so I could just be dead here. He has 4 cards in hand. He has 2 Alchemists on board. Reckless Impulse, Pillar of Flame. Yeah, so this is 4 damage. 6 damage. Yeah, I'm gonna be short, it looks like. He goes face here, yeah. I don't even have lethal power on board. Yeah, this does not look good. So gonna Packmate here. Alright, going to attack. He can just take this. And he has to have like all lands in hand, which we know that's not true because he's been stuck on 3 lands for a long time. I wonder if he doesn't block. If I drew Royal Eruption, he should definitely block. Like, he has lethal for sure, even if he, like, misses his Thermal Alchemist. Because if he takes 9 and I have Royal Eruption in hand, that would be lethal. So unfortunately, I didn't draw my my little 3 mana card that gains me 4 life. That would have bought me a turn. I think he's trying to decide if I have like a giant growth or something. But there's almost no way I play tricks against mono red. Yeah. And I am just dead here, most likely. Am I not dead? Epic Cure doesn't kill me. Into Flame Breather? Okay. My opponent was just fooling around a little bit. GG's.